You're sitting in a quiet, cozy room, maybe with a cup of coffee. You're looking directly at the camera with a very relatable, slightly weary expression. You know that feeling, right? When you look at your bank account on payday, it's like a fleeting moment of relief, followed by this immediate dread. Where did it all go? Then you tell yourself the same story you've been telling yourself for years. I just don't make enough to invest. You know, the world is expensive now. Food has gone up, shelter's gone up, transportation's gone up, and we've gotten nowhere with our finances. We are unable to save the way we want to save. We are $0 in investing, and here we are just paying the bills and getting by, and doing the exact same thing, whether we want to do it or not, to going to a job every day for most of us. That wasn't the life I wanted to choose. I wanted to get out of the rat race. I wanted to secure my future. And I did that by investing early. And in this video, I'm going to break down the things that has really helped me, give me a bit of a cushion of relief. You know, we have to be the ones to secure our financial future, just like it is when you're going to the gym. You're the one that has to work out. So this is no different. For the longest time, I really thought investing was for the rich, for the wealthy, for those that had extra money lying around, that lived in mansions and drive Lamborghinis. Not the people that look like me, but that was all a lie. Nothing that I read from books. For me, it was a mental thing that I can put money away, that I can save, and that I can invest. You know, a lot of people tell themselves that investing is not for them. At the end of the month, there's money in the bank, but yet we're looking at it as if we're needing to spend it and not to save it and invest it. All of us are getting older. Let's be real with that. And not a lot of us in this country, in this world, have savings for retirement or have an end goal for where and when you are going to retire because you've saved enough and you've invested it. Honestly, I felt so stuck that I didn't know what I was going to do or where my solutions were going to come from. I felt I was just working paycheck to paycheck and paying my bills and nothing else, with no savings, no hard to earn money stashed away. I had nothing but a job and a 2002 Toyota Corolla. That wasn't what I wanted for myself, and something clicked for me that this didn't have to be my life. And I looked at investments, I looked at real estate, I looked at stocks, I just looked at plain savings, you know, in an investment vehicle that will grow for me. I didn't have that mentality in the beginning, but I sure turned that around in my 30s. Let's talk numbers, guys, okay? Check this out. Person A and person B, whatever age group you are, how and when you start investing is very important. Person A starts investing $100 per month at the age of 25 and stops at the age of 35. So, Person B now starts investing $100 per month at age 35 and continues until age 65, both earning an average annual return of 8%. Very conservative numbers. So here's the result. Person A, who invested only for 10 years and contributed a total of $12,000, would have a portfolio of approximately $158,000 by age 65. Person B invested for 30 years and contributed a total of $36,000, would have a portfolio of approximately $122,000 by age 65. This is the most powerful piece of evidence you can show. Person A's portfolio is over $36,000 larger despite having contributed $24,000 less. The magic of compounding interest is a huge factor when you start early. Compounding interest is very important, but the most powerful tool that you can do is save and earn more today and putting this money away. Even if you're in your 40s, you have at least 20 years that you want to retire in. If it's a lot less, then you're obviously going to want to be saving a lot more monthly for that. But your end goal on what age you feel like you want to be able to retire at is very important so you can work backwards. But starting today, even if you're at that age, if you're a whole lot earlier, you're age-wise, you're in your 20s, this is a great way to take this knowledge and invest into the stock market or try to save up for a first-time home buyer's loan that you can buy your first real estate rental, for example. And house hack, something that I've done that's helped me build up my cash flow investments and have these assets even pull more money for you so you can put that into another investment vehicle. The whole point is to have investments working for you and also you being able to track back how much you're actually working. So this entails what your financial portfolio should look like. I was in the same predicament. I had no money. I looked within and saved around $200 a month. Now follow me here. This $200 a month grew month after month automatically out of my paycheck and into an investment vehicle, which I didn't look at, and it grew 7% to 8% ROI per year. For those that don't know what ROI is, return on your investment. Now here's the thing. After about 5 years of doing this consecutively without thinking about it, I purchased my first investment property. I got into real estate. Okay, I learned about it in those 5 years prior to buying, and I looked at so many houses. I bought my first real estate investment, which helped me get a property that I can use to have an asset. And an asset meaning it's a money maker that will pay you in the end. Yes, I had to invest in it. Yes, I had to do repairs. Yes, I had to find good tenants. But when I did all that and I learned about it, that asset, that property is going to pay me infinity amount of cash flow per month for as long as I keep it. Now, yes, real estate does go up and down just like stocks, but my rents that I control, the appraisals that I get for the property, and the money I take out of that property, not to use for my own personal use, but to put it into the next property. I did that 5 times. Came from cycling, that's how I save on gas. Anyways, as I was saying, investments are a key to your future, a key to your retirement. No one is wanting to work for the rest of their lives and then die. That ain't it. And that's not for you. And that's not why you tuned into this channel. Investing is so important because you want your money to be working for you while you're sleeping. And you want your money to be working for you even when you're retired. And anything left over after you pass away, you want to pass that on to your kids. The reason I have this helmet on is I want to have you locked in. And I hope you're actually understanding the fact that this is so important that a lot of people don't consider. And it doesn't matter if you're age 20, 30, or 40. You know, everyone does need to invest at an early age. That's key and that's prime. That's awesome. But if you're unable to and you start at the age of 30, you still have time. Even at the age of 40, if you're able to become aggressive with how much you can save in a month's time, that money can exponentially grow. You know, the hardest part for investing wasn't to figure out what I was going to invest in or what app I was going to use. It was just to start and then become consistent. Those 2 things is what helped me get to getting into real estate and buying my first property. That helped me tremendously. For you, you just want to start saving and seeing how that goes and challenge yourself to find that extra couple $100. If you're gonna pick up a second job, you know, that's one thing. But if you can look within and save on your budget and open up your books, that would be huge for you. And if you don't have anything, start a budget. Start a budgeting plan. Open up an Excel sheet. Write it on a piece of paper. Start somewhere and be honest with yourself. One little key thing I would suggest is keep receipts, paper, in a basket. Every other month, go through them, tally up and divide what category each receipt falls in. And then you'll be able to see where your money goes. You know, in today's society, not knowing where your money is going is completely wrong. We have got to be better. We have got to know how to save, how to invest, what to invest in. Where are you spending your time when you're trying to educate yourself? These are key components on helping you getting to where you're going. You know, whether you want to talk to a financial advisor, seek out YouTubers like myself that are talking about finances. You know, these things are very good, but in the end, it has to take actionable steps from you. And for me, on how I started, was buying a first investment property, house hacking, living in one suite, renting out the other. That brought my costs down so low, and it was easy for me to help myself save up for the next one. I never used any of the cash flow for any of my properties for personal use. No, I used it and rolled it in to the next property and again into the next property. All my properties cash flow nicely, but I still use those investment baskets to invest in stocks, to invest in more houses. You know, I'll eventually want to sell all these properties and I'll just go buy another big one. I will always be in real estate. I'll always be investing in the stock market. For every bill I have to pay, the way I treat it is I need a cash flowing investment, an asset of some sort that's going to pay for that one bill. That's how I look at it. That's how I started. It's hard for anyone to just go out there and buy a property. I get that. But investing small and strategically can get you where you need to go. But having an end goal is so important, so you know exactly what that number is going to be for you. Everyone has an end number when they're retiring. Either way, you have your own goals, but it's for you to develop that mindset to get there. That's so important. Think of it like this. Your money is a tiny snowball. When you first start rolling it, it barely picks up any snow. But as it rolls down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger, and its momentum grows. That's what your money does when you invest it consistently. And my plan isn't even a secret. It's based on the small sacrifices I make today. It's based on putting a few extra $100 away each month. It's based on leveraging my real estate investment. It's about building a solid foundation, $1 at a time, so that one day I can retire early. So if you follow my videos, you see I talk strategically about budgeting, planning, and knowing what your end goals are. These are very important tasks that you need to fulfill for yourself to get there. Just don't be a content consumer and do nothing. You can do this, and I'll be there to help. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Keep chasing your greatness, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.